Well, welcome to Country Living with the Wades. I'm Philip.
I'm Deborah.
And we are God, family, and country. God bless and enjoy our videos.
The flexibility of your raised bed.
Now, I should really give you an update as well.
As you can see, I planted 3 of my strawberry runners.
Today is February the 1st, and I'm cutting spinach from our winter garden. If you're enjoying our videos, like and subscribe. Hole inspector checks out everything. There's nothing in it. You see that? Yeah. In this video, I've purchased a Dixie Red Muscadine from Ison's Nursery. I planted this 3.5 months ago. And so the roots have already got 3.5 months of getting stable. Enjoy the video and subscribe. God bless you. Well, I have a new Muscadine come in from Ison's Nursery and Vineyard. I ordered this a few months ago, but they only deliver from like November through about the 1st of April into our zone. They only deliver when it's proper to plant it in that zone. So here we are in South Alabama, almost into Florida. So we're very, very small winters here. I'm impressed. The advertisement said the vines are 2 to 4 feet long, but this vine, I don't know if you can see it, but gosh, it must be 8 feet long. Look at there, 8 feet long already. Bare root. I'm about to plant it. In the meantime, there's another tractor coming by to disc fields across the road and the field just up the road. They've been working on this for a couple of days. They're pretty good sized fields. And just untie the knots maybe. Hey Turkey, are you going to help me out, huh? Are you going to help me out? Let's put this over this way. You know, I got a Gala apple tree from these folks earlier, and it planted and it's doing very well. Just have to see how long it takes to start bearing fruit. Now this is a different type of muscadine than I already have. This one is supposed to be a large muscadine. It's red with white fruit. It's good for jellies and wines and juices. It's 17% sugar, and it's self-pollinating. I don't need a pollinator with it. I'm really liking the idea of self-pollinators. Okay, still nice and wet inside there, very wet. This came USPS from the regular mailman. This one was $14.95. Now the shipping was pretty expensive. It was $12.95, but I'm not complaining because you only pay for it one time and you get to use it and enjoy it for many, many years. Here's planting information and instructions. This is the generic instruction piece here, but it has the handy QR code that you scan with your phone. It says visit our website to easily read and print detailed instructions, and it gives the website address is isons.com, and it says or scan these handy QR codes below with your smartphone. And the choices there are muscadine vines, blueberry plants, blackberry, raspberry, and other berries, general bare root, fruit, and nut, pecan trees, and bunch grapes. So this will be muscadine vines. I scanned the QR code like it said, but on this particular muscadine, it says diligent care during the first 2 growing seasons. It says a couple of things are essential. The planting is really, really simple. You just dig the hole in there, make sure everything's cleared out around. I'll do that very easily. You only plant the roots about 3 inches deep. Okay, it says planting your muscadines. Muscadines arrive with more than one runner. Prior to planting, remove all except for the longest runner, and this one runner will be trained up the wire. Now this one, like I said, has about an 8-foot runner. I'm just totally impressed with that. It says make the holes at least 8 to 12 inches deep. Space the plants about 20 feet apart, no closer than 12 to 15 feet. I'll be 15 feet from this one right here. Muscadines produce the greatest concentration of fruit near the trunk, so we recommend the vines be approximately 12 to 16 inches from the post trellis. That means from the first place it's going to be supported at. It says place the vine in a hole with the roots about 3 inches below the ground. Fill the hole half full with topsoil. Pack the dirt and add enough water to make the soil pack around the roots. Then fill with soil to the ground level. In late fall and winter, we recommend backing the dirt up 8 to 12 inches high around the plants to protect them from freezing. So I'll do that as well. What I'm really impressed about, this one in the 4th year, which is supposed to be the most productive year, says it could produce somewhere around the neighborhood of 75 pounds of muscadines. You want the soil to remain moist for about 2 inches deep. This is talking about still in the first 2 years. It says fertilizing is recommended as recommended below. And it says keep the planting area weed-free and proper training must be done. And in the next paragraph, a proper trained vine has a trunk, 2 arms, and fruiting spurs. The hole is dug. Now I'm ready to go ahead and plant it. I really broke the dirt up, pulled up all the grass that was there by the roots, shook all the dirt off, made it really good and loose. I dug it about a foot deep, much larger around. So now it's time to plant. It's a gel. It looks like ice. Dixie Red Plus. Let me see if I can separate these roots out a little bit. Boy, these are really long roots. Really long roots. Said plant them about 3 inches deep. And that's go a little bit deeper, I guess. All right. That's planted about the right depth. I need to add water now. One thing the instructions said was do not fertilize when you plant. Water it real well. Let that soak in. So it goes way up. Maybe it's not 8 feet, 7 feet. That's still incredible, isn't it? How long that is. Let the roots settle in, and then I'll figure out how to train it. Well, now I have the wire strung. I didn't have the 9-gauge wire like it suggested, but I had some 12-gauge electrical wire, and that should last for quite a few years. I've got it strung in pretty tight. So I've got the vine here just loosely tied up on something to keep it vertical. So the roots should be pretty well set by now. It's been planted now 3.5 months. This is the end of February, and I planted it in the ground 20th or so of November. I've strung my wire across. I'm going to try and do it just like the diagram says. Now looking at the diagram, you can see that I'm supposed to bring it up to the 5 feet line, and my wire is at the 5 feet line. And then because this is the first season, I'm supposed to take only one strand and run it across to one side. For right now, I'm just going to use this side, which will be the east side. So I'm going to put an electrical tie on here, just a wire tie, those little plastic straps. I'm not going to put it tight, but I want it to come across this way. So I'm going to tie one real tight on the wire here, maybe. Try and bring it over this way some, because when I get a branch coming off from here um, for this next fall, I want to start that one in that direction. But for right now, I want this to come up and go around. I'll put one right here. Then I'll come through that one with this one. So I have a tight one. I just made one real tight on the wire, but all it does is just hold on to one that's actually holding this. Let me trim these off a little bit. I'll trim this one. I think I have it like I want it. Now I already have another muscadine over here that I've been enjoying for a couple of years, but I really want this one to continue to spread over the top because I like to walk underneath the muscadines and just eat them fresh. And that's what I've always done with my muscadines. I've always grown them overhead. This is the first time I've actually done it according to the professional way, so to speak. So I want to really try that method and see how it works. Now this one, sure, it's below this, but my sun comes in from this angle here, coming in from the south. This part should never be shaded. It's in front of the part that's overhead actually. So it should be full sun all summer long. And this part over here, as it comes across the top, it'll be in full sun for its part too, and I'll be able to get the muscadine straight from the bottom.